Some people head off the road because they want to climb vertical mountain pass, stand on roof of the rig and take deep gulp of fresh air. And others simply want to spend a little cash as possible to play in the mud, goof around on the trails and hopefully not break down in the process. Anyways, I respect both of these 4x4 philosophies. I admit that the second one is nearest to our hearts. With that in mind, I have put together the list of 5 cheapest ways you can get off-road. Before moving on to the video, do consider subscribing our channel as we are on to making a community of motorheads, the ultimate automotive lovers. So, here are the 5 most capable 4x4 SUVs you can get under 5 grand and drop the rest on a satellite phone so your buddies can come throw you out of the mud when you're stuck in it. Anyways, jokes apart and coming up to the first one, which is none other than the Jeep Cherokee XJ. It was the first real modern SUV to entice the American buyers with its combination of a sturdy unibody design, legitimate low-range 4-wheel drive capabilities and a stout 6-cylinder drivetrain. The Cherokee was built in 2-door and 4-door editions and was available from early 80s until the 2001 model. It was an incredibly popular vehicle with a wide range of customers including fleet buyers like park rangers and United States Postal Service. And with this popularity, Jeep managed to sell over 2.1 million models of these, which is enough to ensure that a large percentage of Cherokees survived years of abuse, corrosion, and mechanical gremlins. But the question arises is which one to buy. So, I suggest getting a model between 1999 to 2001s, which will be the cheapest, and again try to stick around the 2.8 litre VM V6 or the AMC 4.0 litre engines, which are paired to either 4-speed or 5-speed manual transmissions for better handling. And while buying Cherokee, do look for the windows, as the Cherokee loves to nickel and dime their owners to death with dead window switches. Do check for the engine lights and occasionally leaky gaskets. And finally, with all of this, definitely do go through a rust check, since once the unibody starts to rot, it can be pricey to fix. Second on the list is the Nissan Xterra. For brief, at the end of 90s, a handful of reasonably sized traditional SUVs combined Japanese reliability and low-range 4-wheel drive were available in the market. Of these, the first-gen Nissan Xterra has aged remarkably well, especially when seen through the goggles of its sub-5K purchase price. But why it's so cheap? It's because of Toyota. And I am serious. Since the Xterra awards the Toyota tax in some regions, that has driven up the prices of rivals like larger 4Runner or similarly sized FJ Cruiser. Since it's so cheap, is it really worth getting one? Let's find out. Seeing the statistics, I suggest getting one from the 2000 or 2001 and stick around the base V6 with manual transmission, which will cost you near about 5k, and spend the rest on buying some tires, lift and cutting the front bumper for better approach and departure angles. But while getting one, do again check out for the steering and its mechanisms, as you might bust it on an Xterra since it's known as a weak point. Also do check if the timing belt has been changed if the odometer shows a near 100,000 miles or more, as it could be a problem if it's not done. Coming on to the third rank is the Suzuki Samurai, an off-road truck you can buy when you are careless about what your neighbors think of your driveway occupancy. But thanks to its short wheelbase and high center of gravity, these tiny cheap 4x4 roundabouts are fairly dangerous to drive at high speeds on highways. Anyways, the newest Samurai that you can find will be from 1995, meaning all of them having huge miles and a list of needs. With its tiny size also comes a tiny engine, a 1.3 litre 63 horsepower 4-cylinder engine, which is quite capable of getting off-road. Anyways, which one you should get? So, I suggest that the older models came with a larger engine but less horsepower. So looking for something between 1990s to 1995s makes a good sense for off-roading. And it's gonna be really tough to find one which hasn't been already modified for trails. So, if you trust someone else's lift kit and big rubbers or a Suzuki Sidekick engine swap, then you can have it for yourself. Although it's cheap, but all cheap are not good. The transfer case mounts tend to fail in this vehicle very easily on any engine swapped Samurai. Plus the door handles can be a snap and starter wiring wears out over time. So do check out for all this before you get yours delivered at your doorstep, as it can be pricey to fix them aftermath. On the 4th place is the Subaru Forester. It's the Impreza-based, squared, jacked-up wagon offering 8.7 inches of ground clearance with all-wheel drive system paired to it. Now, people will say that how can you suggest a unibody-based crossover for off-roading? But on this, I just want to say a thing. Look at the way it's working in the mud and pool full of steam. The way it off-roads is really amazing. Anyways, try to find the newest one which you can afford and make sure to target the manual transmission. These offer a mechanical split differential with viscous locking center differential for all-wheel drive system. And if you crave for more power, then you can of course get the turbocharged one. But again, you will have to move above 5k to get one into your garage. But there's also something you need to watch out for. For any 4-cylinder engine, it's known to blow the gaskets and its heads very easily, so do check them before buying one. And last on the list is none other than the Jeep Wrangler YJ on the 5th spot. It was the first one to betray the Jeep's design theme by featuring squared-off headlights. At least it was a better and more modern way of evolution from the CJ, which came before it. Anyways, Jeep stopped the production of the YJ in 1995 by flooding the TK Wrangler models in the market, thus making this model cheaper when termed as old used Jeep for sale. While you can get any model under 5k, but I would suggest to go for the models produced after 1991 with the fuel-injected versions featuring the 4.0-litre 6-cylinder engines similar to the ones paired in the Jeep Cherokee. The 1995 models would feel more desirable featuring an upgraded suspension. Finding one would be really rare and getting one would also be pricey. So, those were some of the cheap off-road 4x4 SUVs under the price bracket of 5 grand, which you could get for yourself to go on any adventure and off-road trails. So, that's it all for today guys. I hope you would have enjoyed the video and got a brief idea about the 5 SUVs we have discussed. And don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that bell notification so you never miss an update about all our exciting videos from MotorNation. Until then, stay hanging and see you next time.